The sun hung low, casting a honeyed shimmer across the untouched sands as Emily, my wife, and I rolled up to our vacation getaway. Man, we'd been counting down the days for this trip, a chance to ditch the chaos of our everyday grind and rekindle the spark that had been flickering out amid the humdrum of life. Little did I know this getaway was about to turn into a roller coaster of heartache and deception. Day one was pure bliss, filled with giggles and good vibes. We wandered through the resort, sipping fruity cocktails poolside, and strolled hand in hand along the shoreline, waves lapping at our feet. As dusk settled, I caught that old familiar twinkle in Emily's eyes, and my heart swelled with hope for what the week might hold. But beneath all this picture-perfect paradise, something felt off, a subtle tension I couldn't quite put my finger on. The next morning, we were relaxing on the balcony, and the ocean spread out in front of us like on a postcard. Then, a notification sound with a message rang on Emily's phone. I noticed how her face changed. Her smile faded a little when she looked at the screen. When I asked what was the matter, she waved me off, muttering something about work. I really wanted to believe it, but there was a nagging doubt in the back of my mind. Every day, this uneasy feeling grew, whispering that something was wrong. I couldn't help but notice Emily, her eyes glued to her phone, her vibe shifting to guarded whenever I asked about her personal stuff. Every night, she'd insist on making work calls, leaving me to soak up the resort's luxuries solo. The laid-back, sunny spirit of our getaway started to fizzle, overshadowed by a creeping cloud of doubt. On the fourth day, I was determined to make a difference. I planned a dinner worthy of her on the beach, the flickering of candles, the waves in the background, and all this in order to rekindle the fire that we let go out. Everything was perfect, or so it seemed to me, until I went after her. It was then that I heard something that hit me like a punch in the gut. While hiding, I noticed Emily giggling with Jake, some guy from her office. Their flirty banter cut through me, her laughter crashing like a tidal wave of betrayal. It felt like I'd stumbled into a scene from some cheesy drama, except this was my life. Heart-pounding, I slipped away, a storm of fury and hurt churning inside. For hours, I wrestled with my next move, confront her right then and there, or hold off until we were back home. The idea of spilling my heart in such a breathtaking spot felt like too much to bear, yet the truth was a heavy burden I couldn't ignore. By the next day, I was done pretending everything was fine. When I caught up with Emily in the room, my voice shook as I laid bare what I'd witnessed. To my surprise, she didn't push back. She crumbled, tears streaming, and admitted to the affair. "It wasn't supposed to happen," she sobbed. "I never meant for this." Her words landed like a gut punch, knocking the wind out of me. Beneath the anger, a deeper sorrow took root. Our love, once so vibrant, had been tarnished by this betrayal. In that instant, my hopes for our future shattered like glass. I knew what I had to do. I couldn't stay in a relationship stitched together with deceit. While I was packing my things, Emily begged me to make another attempt to fix everything. Desperation sounded in her voice, but the pain was too deep, like a wound that didn't want to heal. "I need space," I told her, my voice steady despite the ache. "Time to mend what's broken." I walked out of that room, my heart heavy as a stone, but my resolve unshaken. The flight home was pure torture. I sat there, staring out the window, my mind spinning through every moment of our relationship, every shared laugh, every whispered promise, now tainted by her betrayal. At the airport, I drifted through the crowds like a shadow, dodging eye contact, lost in a fog of my own thoughts. Back home, I didn't waste time. I filed for divorce, knowing deep down I deserved a love that didn't come with lies. The weeks that followed were a chaotic blur of lawyer meetings and emotional roller coasters. But through it all, my friends and family were my lifeline, pulling me through the worst of it. Somewhere along the way, I tapped into a strength I didn't even know I had. I dusted off old hobbies, rediscovering pieces of myself I'd long forgotten. Each day felt like a small victory, a step toward piecing myself back together. What was supposed to be a dreamy getaway turned into a hard-hitting lesson about love, trust, and standing up for myself. I didn't come out of it shattered. I came out tougher, ready to embrace a future where love is honest, loyal, and real.
Cheating Secrets podcast like me.